All right, I'm back for NA to Z CS2's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia 18. I'm here with motm following Undone's qualification to playoffs. So it's been quite a while since I've caught up with you, a couple years really. So it's good to see you again. How are we feeling at the end of day one?
Feeling good. We won our games. It's always a nice time. Some of them are difficult, probably more difficult than we'd like. We got to tighten some things up, communicate at a higher level, and just play at a higher level.
Yeah, I think you are mentioning that Aura game there to start the day off. That was surprisingly close against a team that many wouldn't expect a team of Undone's pedigree to have trouble with. What do you think gave you some trouble in the Aura opening match?
I think quite a few of us have been out of the game for a while. We have to just warm up to that. Our communication is too hectic. We're getting lost in rounds, getting lost in our own communication. None of these teams so far that we've played have done anything special to make us uncomfortable. We're really just making it difficult for ourselves. So that's why we're here to gain that experience so it's easier in the future.
And that almost sounds like LAN jitters. Are you guys having LAN? Is Skadoodle major winner? Is Ian, former NA LAN player with ATK in Pro League final, Pro League playoffs? Are these pedigreed players having LAN jitters? Is that what's going on?
I can't speak for Tyler, but I have jitters here and there. When a fresh game starts, I'm excited. I love to be here. I envision myself doing this all the time. It just takes a few rounds to get out of it for me.
And so after that Aura game, you faced off against Might, who is a squad that I think is similar in composition to you guys in the sense that it's a mix of relatively pedigreed players, but you absolutely destroyed them in that first opening map, going 13-0 on, I believe, Anubis. What went so right for you in that opening map that you destroyed Might?
After the game versus Aura, we talked about it. We're getting lost in our own communication. Versus the first game versus Might, we just said, hey, let's play how we practice. Let's be solid. Let's move around the map together, and that's exactly what we did. And a 13-0 was the result.
And then things got a little bit hairy, losing map 2 before closing out the series on Nuke. How overall are you feeling about the team's result against Might in terms of now that you've locked in playoffs?
We lost versus them in ECL Advanced on Dust 2. We didn't have much practice on the map at all. All three of these maps are good maps for us where we've rehearsed a lot. Ancient, it's one of our weaker maps. We've been putting in work on it. I could confidently say a week or two ago, it wouldn't even have been that close. We probably would have lost in a bigger fashion. So it's nice to see that we were able to reset and win the map 3.
And we've seen you return to action with originally Undefined before going on to join, before it switched to Undone. But before that, you took a pretty lengthy hiatus after Team Limitless. What were you up to during that hiatus?
I played Counter-Strike too long and ignored my personal life. I got a job, got a girlfriend, made sure to live the other things in life, and that made me a happier person and able to return to Counter-Strike.
So you're feeling like a more complete person? Has that translated, you think, to the server as well?
Absolutely. I'm happier overall. I never lost my passion for the game. I love playing the game. I didn't take the break because I was tired of Counter-Strike, and I'm very happy to be here.
So a big change from that original Undefined roster that you came back into was the replacement of Stamina with Steel, who's now returned to IGLing after retiring back in, I believe, 2020, 2021. How do you think the team's changed since you've brought Steel into the squad?
Everything on our team has changed, the way we practice, the way we communicate, some for the good, some for the worse, but overall it was a positive change.
And then, like you previously said, you've put so many years into the game. You've been around, longer than a lot of people here, playing all the way dating back to 2015-2016 with teams like Ethereum, Armada, with players like Strings, long a little bit. You're a bit long in the tooth, despite only being 25. Now that you're back and you've refocused your attention towards the game and you're feeling more of a complete person, what do you think's the goal for you heading into 2025 as a player?
I want to return to the level we were, at least make ECL. I would love to qualify for the major. I want to beat every team in ECL. They're not too better than us. And I believe just because Josh and Tyler, Skadoodle and Steel, took a break, that means absolutely nothing, and they are capable of returning to their form. They show up to practice every day, very passionate, very excited to play. And people on the outside looking in should not judge them for taking a break.
And we saw, we talked to Sixy to start off this event, and he mentioned the fact that, he's been really impressed with Skadoodle's return to form, how much he's been practicing, and the results that's born, the fruit it's born in terms of his level on the server. As yourself, someone who took a pretty long break from the game, have you been impressed by his return to the game and how he's been able to find himself back in form after being retired for 3 to 4 years?
Absolutely. He's been playing good. When he shows up to practice, he shows all of us grenades that we don't know, other things that we don't know. I am so happy to play with Skadoodle. I watched him at a very young age, as the rest of the team did, as well as Josh. And I believe when we play, we also view it's our responsibility to help push them forward back to where they were before.
All right, so that is MOTM from Undone. They've locked in playoffs, and we'll see them in action tomorrow or Saturday. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you guys enjoy the night.